We'll be learning a little bit more about Healthy Goals program that Leicester City and the community run, and hopefully we'll hear a bit more about the other programs available to you guys as well. I hope you continue listening for the next hour, and remember you can interact with us as well, so you can call in, text, you can WhatsApp, and we're also on YouTube and Facebook. So the numbers to call if you want to interact with us are 0116 4822 and the mobile number for text or WhatsApp is 0774 8855 055. So we're going to be talking about the Healthy Goals program and hopefully some other programs that Leicester City and the community offer as well. So we've also got a competition, so I'll tell you a little bit later about that, so keep yourselves tuned in, don't go anywhere. Hopefully some of you that are listening are fasting, so you don't need to go off and get a cup of tea, and the others that have tuned in have hopefully got their cup of tea or coffee ready, and they'll be listening to us now. So I will tell you shortly about the competition. But more about our Healthy Goals program. So we've got with us Mez and Aura today. The reason they're here is because they lead on the Healthy Goals program. It's delivered by them with support of other staff, but also they are definitely best placed to speak about this with us today, and hopefully give us some tips to improve our lifestyles and make sure that we're physically active and what we can do to make sure that we're doing the best we can. So first of all, I'm going to ask Mez just to introduce himself, tell us what his role is at Leicester City and how long he's been there.
Hi guys, so my name is Mez. I'm the Health and Wellbeing Coordinator at Leicester City in the community, and I've been here for just less than 2.5 years.
Oh wow, 2.5 years. Okay, that sounds interesting. Bearing in mind, I've only been in the role for 8 months, but I've seen the amazing work that Mez has done in the last 8 months. So I can imagine that in 2.5 years, he's made a huge difference to a lot of people's lives and getting them physically active. So we'll hear about that a little bit more. I'd also like to introduce Aura. So Aura's with us, and she's going to tell us her name, what role she does at Leicester City in the community, and how long she has been with Leicester City.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me today. So my name is Aura. I'm Health and Wellbeing Coach with Leicester City in the community. I've been working with this role for about 1.5 years, and it's the role that I always dream of.
Oh, wow, brilliant. I really like that. I like that both people sitting in the studio have been there longer than I have, and I'm the one hosting the show. But you know what? As they know, I'm probably really good at talking, and that's why I'm sitting on this side of this table. But welcome to both of you. Thank you for taking your time out to be with us today. And hopefully, like we said, we will find out more. I just want to share a little bit about my journey and the little bit that I know about Healthy Goals and why I wanted you guys in the studio. So I joined Healthy Goals in October last year, and it was my first sort of interaction with Leicester City in the community in terms of a program and actually being a part of it as a participant. And what I really loved about it was just being able to, one, be myself, but also just to learn some really simple things that we often don't really think about, and we make the wrong choices just because we haven't thought before we've decided to either put something in our mouth or go and do an activity or go and do something. We might be socializing, we might be having friends round, or we might just have a kids party, but we're not actually thinking about the food that we're preparing. We're not thinking about what it is that we're going to actually do when we get together, and that last minute kind of lack of planning can actually lead to unhealthy lifestyle. So for me, it was a real eye-opener, and I think the biggest change I made personally was just the water intake. The fact that I just wasn't drinking enough water, and how simple it is just to keep a bottle with you, take it around with you, just have it in the car, have it in your bag, and have a refillable bottle so that if you haven't got any water and you run out, it doesn't mean you don't drink anything until you get home. Actually, you can refill that bottle wherever you are. Most places would let you fill up a water bottle. Even if you go into the city centre these days or you go into businesses, most places will allow you to fill up your water bottle if you've got a refillable bottle. So for me, that was one of the things that really came out of that, which was such a small thing to change, but felt huge in terms of how I felt afterwards. I was feeling so much better and healthier just by drinking more water. I wasn't having as many headaches, and I realised that actually I was taking a break just to go and grab a glass of water or a sip of water while I was working. So it really made a difference, and I felt much more energetic. I think the other big thing that changed was the way I shop. I just started to plan more. So it wasn't ad hoc, I need to go to Tesco's, I need to do this. Oh no, I need to go here, I need to go and buy this. actually what I was doing was planning what was I going to have that week, what are the healthier snacks that I can have that I could take to work with me, and what is it that I could do differently. So for me, it really made a difference to my lifestyle, and actually it's had a ripple effect to my children, and they're seeing that I'm eating differently, and they're actually trying some of the things that mummy's trying, because they're thinking, oh, mummy's had a bit of that, oh, I'll have one. So even if it means a couple of slices of cucumber, or they're just trying a fruit or veg that they haven't tried before because it's on the table, it's really good to see that actually by me putting it out there as the mother, you know, being that kind of role model to them, they're going to do things differently. So absolutely, it's been really good. So Aura, what do you think about my sort of journey on Healthy Goals?
And that's exactly what Healthy Goal is all about. It's just implementing small changes that makes big difference. So even something so simple like drinking more water, or just adding a little bit more fruit into your daily diet, is those small changes. So it's not massive things that we need to be doing to kind of get a healthier lifestyle. And that's exactly what it is, Rukhsana. So thank you for sharing that.
No, thank
more
you.
Water.
Yeah, that's it. It's simple. It's such a simple thing, but without having been told that and having it validated from somebody else. And at that time, it was Mez who was delivering the course, and I'm absolutely grateful to Mez, because actually it was as simple as just try it. Just go home and do this. And I literally remember putting a water chart up on my fridge and saying, I'm just going to tick this off every time, because it was a bit like I was then like accountable to do it. And I think accountability is another big thing that I know that you guys will probably talk about shortly. So before we go and speak to Mez, and I've got a couple of questions that I'm going to be asking Mez to speak about Healthy Goals, I want to tell you about the competition. So we have a competition. If you attend any of the Leicester City and the community events this month in Ramadan, you have a chance of winning a Leicester City Football Club branded football signed by the first men's team. So that's the prize. And the way you enter is you have to attend one of the Leicester City and the community sessions. They can be the camps that are running at the schools at the moment during Easter. They can be some of the other programs that we run as well. We're doing some active women programs. There will be an active women iftar on the 14th of April. So it could be any of those. When you get there, all you have to say is you heard about the competition on Ramadan Radio and that you would like to enter, and your name will be put forward. So please make sure, for all of you that are listening, that you do try and get yourselves to a session and get your names into that prize draw. Again, please do text us or call us. The number to call is 0116 4822 086. And if you want to text or WhatsApp, then do contact us on 0774 8855 055. So hopefully we'll hear from you. Remember, you can ask us questions, so do ask us questions about our programs. Remember, we are Leicester City in the community, and we run a lot of different programs, so please do get in touch. So just before I hand over to Mez, I'm just going to read out one of the messages that we've just received. So it says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be with everyone. Ramadan blessings. I'm listening. Well done, Leicester City in the community, and thank you so very much for all the great work with the Healthy Goals program. #Unstoppable. Thank you for getting this message out there, Rukhsana, Mez, and Coach Aura. So I think that's a message from one of Aura's participants. I think I know who that is, but thank you very much for your message. And absolutely, you know, this is what it's about. It's making a difference to people. You know, person that's messaged in, she hasn't written her name, so I'm not going to reveal her name, but we know that she was part of that program, but she's been part of a lot of our other programs that we run, and she has attended a lot of the things that we've been doing at the stadium as well. So we really appreciate her support, and we appreciate that she comes along to our programs, but she also promotes all of our programs. You know, whenever she's out there, she's telling people about what we're doing, and she's always getting people to join. So we really appreciate that.
100%.
Keep the message. Yeah.
And that what come to say, isn't it? Sharing is caring.
That's it. And absolutely, if it's making a difference to your life, why would you not want that shared with somebody else? And it could be making a difference to them. So we're not selfish with it. We need to be more open and, like you said, caring. Let's share it. Let's tell people about what we've done, what difference it's made to us, and how it could make a difference to them as well. So absolutely. So I'm going to now come to you, Mez. So thank you for introducing yourself earlier. If I could ask you to tell us a little bit more about this program. So we're talking about Healthy Goals. Tell us a little bit about what it is, how long it lasts for, and what kind of things are included in that.
So the Health Goals program is a 12-week program, runs each week for 2 hours. It's split into two components. The first component is the education component, which I'll talk a little bit more in a second, and the second part is physical activity. So the education component is we're facilitating discussions around health in general, around government guidelines for physical activity, nutrition guidelines, mental health, mental well-being, and some cardiovascular diseases as well. We'll discuss them in a little bit of detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's really, really good, because I remember from when I did the program, there was a lot of myths, a lot of things that we've been told, like from a very young age, or what we're told culturally, that this is acceptable in terms of food and things you should cook with or without. And I just realized that actually there were so many myths, and what really happened in those discussions is a lot of myth busting. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think as you've hit the nail on the head, culturally we're told quite a few things that are not true, not scientifically backed, etc. So the biggest part of this program for me is educating people on things that are scientifically backed and backed with good hard evidence and research.
Yeah, because I think we've got so much access now, haven't we, to social media, so less likely to go into a library and grab a book that's about food and nutrition. We're probably going to go on social media or see something, a short video, and actually go, oh, this is telling me this is good for me, so I can eat this, and actually it might not actually be true. So it's really good to actually do your research and find out more. So going back to the program, could you tell us a little bit about who can it benefit? Who is it open to? What is there an age limit? Is it male and female, or is it mixed?
So the answer to that question is really simple. The program's open to anyone who wants to make a change to their health, change to their lifestyles, and wants to become healthier. It's an adult program, so 18 plus. But apart from that, there's no restrictions on who can be eligible for the program.
Brilliant. That's really good. I think, yeah, that's so important, isn't it? As soon as you're ready and you've accepted that you want to make a difference, it's really good to know that there's a program out there. Just remind me, how many weeks does it run for?
It's a 12-week program.
12 weeks. Okay, brilliant. And so you've got both elements. So you've got that educational side of it where you do that for an hour, and then you've got the physical element as well. So you're not only just learning how to do things better, but you're actually being shown how you can incorporate that into your daily life with some exercises and a routine.
Yeah, definitely. And with regards to physical activity as well, it is dependent on the group that we have. So it caters for all abilities, all ages, and we do a range of different activities, exercises, and sport, just dependent on what the group want on each particular week.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. And how can people get in touch with you if they would like to join the program or they want to find out more?
So if anyone wants to join the program or find out more, all you need to do is just drop me an email. My email address is mehul.karia@lcfc.co.uk.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your email address. And if anybody wants to get in touch or didn't quite catch the email address, do get in touch with Ramadan Radio. They'll pass your details on to us, or they'll give you our details and you can get in touch with us. And we'd really like to have you on the program. And I think Ramadan's a really good time for us to reflect and review our lifestyle changes, think about what we might want to do better. And I know that this month is really about changing some of our bad habits into better habits, or maybe not bad habits, but just some of our habits that are not so good that we would like to improve on. So it's a really good time to reflect on that. So if you're thinking, actually, this month I've eaten a lot more fruit, or I've done something differently and I want to continue this lifestyle, but I'm not really sure how I don't go back into my old ways, is maybe get in touch and start this program straight after Ramadan and think about how this could change for you in the long term. So I am going to go to Aura shortly, but I've got a message, so I'm just going to read this message out. So it says, Assalamu alaikum, hope you're all okay. You lot have been amazing and all the community work and being active. I need to try and make my close friend active as she is not well. I need to encourage her. Please advise me. Jazakallah khair. So again, you know, people looking out for other people, that's really good. We're looking at other people, they're not well. Sometimes people are not well physically, they might not be well mentally. And we want to support them. And I think what I would say to you is continue having the conversations with your friend. Think about the kind of things that they may be able to get involved in. If a 12-week program might be too much, maybe coming to 1 or 2 sessions to start with, get to know the team, and then join a program that's maybe longer. We do have other programs as well that Mez is going to touch on in a little while after we've spoken to Aura. Maybe some of those programs will be useful for your friend. So thank you very much for messaging, and thank you for letting us know. And we hope that your friend feels better soon, and that your friend can join in, and that hopefully you will join her too. So thank you for that message. I'm going to come to you, Aura. So again, we've spoken about the project and the program, and we've been told about the program, how long it is, what is included. But I also know that you recently ran the HealthyGoals program for women only. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So we started a cohort Wesley Hall after we've done, obviously got to know the ladies first, because the main thing we want is to get to know the ladies, know what their needs are, how we can improve the lifestyle. So once they see us and they trust us, because trust is a massive thing when you want to get people physically active and healthier. So we decided to get the Healthy Goals program running. 16 ladies signed up. They all came very enthusiastic, came with the children as well. So there wasn't a barrier. Children can come and be with the moms there. So we started these programs, Healthy Goals, every week. They brought new friends, so actually got quite big. After we finished the Healthy Goals, they really felt so empowered, and they didn't know that from small changes, you can really have a massive impact in your lifestyle. So we talk about simple things that we do every day, really, but how we consciously made those changes to help us with our health and physical well-being. So we talk about simple things, for example, doing the school run, or parking the car a little bit more further away on the supermarket and carry the bags. That's the things that we do every day. But if you know you're doing it for your physical activity, it kind of have that more of an effect on you, and then you looking to do it even more every day, so you're kind of ticking 2 boxes at the same time.
Yeah, that's really good. So it sounds like what you're saying is that you could just incorporate it in your daily life. It's not about a lifestyle change and all of a sudden you've got to find 3 hours in the day to do something differently. It's actually saying, well, you go to school, you park your car near the school, why don't you just park it 2 streets away? Therefore, you get your 5 or 10 minute walk to the school, there and back, and that's a 20-minute walk done. It's better than no walk at all. So you're incorporating it, aren't you, in your daily lifestyle, which is what you're doing.
And also make you realize that sometimes we feel guilty if we don't do something, we don't do any physical activity, but those things also count as physical activity. And one of the ladies starting to see, okay, I'm actually physically active. So it feels like you in control, you're the one who in control of how much you can have that input into your life. And then thinking about, okay, it's time for me, for example, let's just say something that we do. I mean, I love cleaning the house. I have to say that's my physical activity. And every time I clean the house, I say, this is going to be my exercise for the day.
Oh, okay.
So we say, when you pick up something from the floor, do a squat.
So you're incorporating your squats into picking up stuff off the floor. Wow.
Cleaning the windows vigorously.
Yeah.
It counts. So they all realize, okay, I'm actually more active than what I thought. And from there, they decided to do all the stuff, getting involved in more structured physical activity. For example, going for a walk in the park, or join a little bit of jogging or running, and come to a session, multi-sport, fitness. So is that empowering to start with, that we are actually quite active? Is that how you reframe that and to realize, yes, I'm in control?
That's it. It's that reframing, isn't it? Because what you've done is that you're saying we all know we still got to do the household chores, but what you're saying is while you're doing the household chores, you could do it slightly differently, where you're incorporating some kind of exercise in that. Mez, I'm going to come to you, and it's a bit of an unprepared question, but is there something that you do where you incorporate physical activity, but it's something that you do daily anyway? So is there anything that you do yourself? Maybe things like parking your car a little bit further, or actually going, I'm not taking my car to work today, I'll walk. Is there anything you could sort of say that you do yourself?
Yeah, there's 3 main things that I've built into my lifestyle quite a lot over, especially sort of over the last decade or so. One of them is parking the car slightly further if I can in a car park. Like Aura said, it's a very small thing, but if you do that regularly, you are increasing your physical activity. It can make a huge impact in the long term if you can sustain that. Secondly is, if I have an option, I will always take the stairs. Provided I'm not on the 97th floor, I will definitely make the choice to take the stairs. Again, it's a small change that can have a huge impact. At the end of the day, that is a little bit of physical activity that I can incorporate into my day. These are sort of suggestions that I will make to participants on the Health Goals program as well, around small, realistic changes that they can build into their lifestyle, where they don't need fancy equipment, they don't need to go to the gym or to a leisure centre. They can do these whilst in their normal day-to-day routine. These are just really, really important changes that they can make. And the third one, I'll come back to you on, because I have just forgot.
That's all right, not a problem. Those 2 are really good. If we could do those 2, I think they're good. And when you were talking, what you reminded me of is, and I don't know how many people out there listening do this as well, is I often put things at the bottom of the stairs with the hope that my children will take them upstairs. And what I realized was, by the end of the evening, when it's ready for bed, and I'm going up for the last time in the evening, and I'm so tired, that stuff is still there at the bottom of the stairs. So what I've done to incorporate something different into my life is, instead of leaving it at the bottom of the stairs, for me to just take it up later when I'm tired, why don't I just take it up when I need to take it up at that time? So I've stopped leaving things at the bottom of the stairs, and I actually take them up, and I come back down, and I know that I've done that extra trip up and down, rather than trying to carry like 6 things up the stairs at the end of the evening because they all need to go upstairs.
Absolutely. And it's just breaking it down throughout the day. So I actually advise, if you go some stairs at home, make the most. They are your best friends.
Yeah, run up and down the stairs. Just even if you don't need to, just do it anyway. It's the best form of exercise though, isn't it, in the house? I mean, I think you don't realise, but you do a couple of trips and you do start getting out of breath, but you're working your heart, aren't you? It's good for you. You should be doing that, shouldn't we? Should we be increasing our heart rate, Mez?
Of course, and even in terms of working the muscles in your legs as well. So going up and down the stairs uses the same muscle groups as doing squats, lunges, deadlifts, etc. So it's they're a really, really important bit of sort of kit we have in our house that we can use. Doesn't cost anything. Yeah,
you don't have to go out and buy a cross trainer. Just use your stairs. It's free. You've got them in the house anyway, so you may as well use them. So yeah, really good advice. So no, that's really good. I'm going to come back to you, Aura. I wanted to find out about, so you deliver the Healthy Goals program. I know you work on Active Women Project as well, and you also work on a project called Project 15. But tell me why Healthy Goals. How did you get involved, and what was it that you're so passionate about? Because when you delivered that program, I saw the passion.
Yes, so I remember Leicester Beauty Center got in touch with me during the pandemic to deliver the physical activity aspect of Healthy Goals. So I didn't know anything about the educational side of it, but I was excited. I was getting to do physical activity online, basically have that social interaction, to be honest, with other people, and just being resourceful, see, okay, it's online, let me see what things I can do.
And tell us a little bit about your background. So why you? So why have they asked you to do the program? What's your background?
Yes, so I started doing my fitness instructor. I went to college after realizing this is my passion, fitness and health. Sat down in a room with all the teenagers just fresh out of school, and I was there, this mom sitting down and learning a new trade. But then after I finished, the pandemic hit, and I said, what do I do with these skills that I know now? But I don't know how to put it out there. So somehow, people just speak to each other, and then networks are amazing. They recommend you, and then they go in touch with me just by a recommendation. So I started doing the online exercises. We got our hands in everything we got at home, kitchen table, worktops, chairs, anything that we can use.
Cans of beans.
Anything, yes.
I've done that before with cans of beans online during the pandemic.
Yeah, and it was well received. People was turn up every week to do the physical activity. But while I was doing the physical activity, kind of stayed for a little bit to listen to the educational side. I found it really interesting and say, oh, maybe something I could do in the future, but I didn't know how to kind of get into the training. So once I started with Leicester City in the community straight ahead, I said, put me in for the Healthy Goals training.
Brilliant.
And then from there, it's just one of my favorite programs of my delivery, I have to say, because it's the empowering side of it, the educational side, so people understanding a bit more about these choices and how we can make changes. And then when the physical activity comes up, it just rolls.
Yeah.
It's like
it all sort of fits in.
It fits in. It's and they're ready. We're ready to kind of, okay, I know now how this is benefiting my body. How can I help myself? It's just a switch of mindset straight away. It's
brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to come to you, Mez, and just as Aura has explained sort of her background or why she actually delivers the Healthy Goals program and passionate about it, again, would you tell us a little bit about sort of your background and even before coming to sort of Leicester City in the community, what was it that you've been doing before that?
So I've always been involved in health, fitness and sport for the whole of my life. I studied at Loughborough University. I did sport and exercise science. I've been involved in professional sport right through to sort of grassroots, community level. I currently work in a gym and have done before Leicester as well. I do classes, GP referral work, personal training, so on and so forth. So I've always been within the industry.
Oh, brilliant. So alongside your sort of actual full-time job, you're even doing other stuff outside of that in a gym as well. So you must be a very busy person.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like it. I don't know how you do it, but that's how you keep healthy as well, though, isn't it?
That's what we love what we do.
You love what you do. That's it. Isn't it good to wake up in the morning? The one thing I have to say is to wake up and do a job that you absolutely love.
Definitely.
I think I've done a lot of jobs. I've worked since the age of 15. I'm not going to tell you how old I am because that just would be wrong online and on air to tell people how old I was. But I've always worked from a very young age, but it's the first time I wake up in the morning and I love going to work. And it's the best feeling ever. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, definitely. There's many jobs you can do, and at the end of the day, you spend so much of your time, of your life at work. If you're not enjoying it, there's that question, isn't there? So to be able to enjoy what you do is massive.
Yeah, because there must be so many people out there, unfortunately, that get up every morning and don't actually enjoy the job they're doing anymore. It might be because they've been in a job for a long time. It might be it's not the job they thought it was going to be, but it can be quite difficult as well to move. But I would always say to people, engage with different things, go out, network a little bit, come to some of the open days and some of the programs at different organisations. Come to Leicester City in the community if you're passionate about community, and come and find out what we do as well, because absolutely there is a job out there for everyone. Some people be in jobs and they are happy. We're happy in our jobs, but absolutely get out there and find out more about what's there and go and do something you're passionate about, because it does make a difference. It makes a difference to you and it makes a difference to the people that you work with as well. So coming back to you, Aura, and just before I come back to you, I'm just going to give the numbers again and see if there's anybody else who would like to text in if they want to ask any questions. You can call in on 0116 4822 or you can text on 0774 8855 055. So do send us your messages if you've got any questions about leading a healthier lifestyle or any of our other programs, then do message in and we'll read the messages out shortly, or you can call us live if you would like to. So Aura, I'm going to come back to you. So you touched a little bit on the barriers some of the women face. You said some of the children come along with the mums when they come to the Healthy Goals program and some of the other programs that we run as well. But tell us a little bit more why it's important for us to have women-only sessions.
Well, as you say, we understand and we are committed to cater for the women, and we understand those barriers. So our Active Women program is catered for women's only sessions. So the reason is only women, so we can discuss topics that are relevant and important to us as women as well. We can relate to each other. We can share stories. We can be there as a system of support and sisterhood as well. I have to say, I have found my sisterhood with my Active Women's ladies. So we all like a massive big family. But also we exercise we like. We can jiggle around. We don't have any kind of feeling a bit that we're going to be judged. And yes, exercise is a massive thing that we want to do our own space in our own terms. That's what our session Active Women is. Women's only, but kids are welcome when as long as the moms keep an eye on them.
Yes, yeah. We don't do babysitting service. We've got to make that clear. Please don't bring your children and expect us to do the babysitting. We don't do babysitting. What we do allow, though, is if there's a reason why the child needs to come with the mom as a one-off, and there's a reason that it can't be helped, then we won't say no to somebody to come in. It might be that they just sit in and they listen into the session that's going on and they can't take part because they're looking after their child, but we don't want them to miss out completely. So we will make some allowances where we can. So absolutely, it's so important, isn't it, to offer those opportunities to people who might find it difficult.
And some of the children that come, they actually sit down and listen to the educational side of it, and just giving them that information from a young age as well. You're setting them for life. You're setting them with the good habits that these children gonna need for the future to grow healthy and happier. So but some moms that come with the teenagers' daughters, they are being supervised as their mom, and they're getting that information firsthand. So they can empower themselves as well and understand, some of the choices we made can have a detrimental effect in our health, and starting from a young age. So in that sense, that where I say, women sometimes brings the kids, but it's also a safe place for them. Yeah. It's like me time. I feel like Healthy Goals is some sort of self-care. Is the self-care that you say, this is my session for the week. This is something that I'm going to do for myself today. This is my space, the space that I need. So that's why we are women's only.
Yeah. I'm going to come back to that point because I just want to add something there, but I'm just going to read this message out that we received. So it says, yes, mindset, consistency, little and often, simple swaps, every bit counts. And it says, to Aura, empowered women, empower women. And Mez, love seeing a male role model for the youth and people of colour. And also just a note to say, just the other day, I half ran and half walked up 17 flights of stairs in a tower block. Wanted to see if I've still got it while I'm fasting. So amazing to see that while people are fasting, they're still challenging themselves to do that little bit extra. So thank you very much for your message. So just coming back to that, then some of the barriers that women face and the things that women do and sometimes those challenges. What I've noticed as well is that when the women first come and they start, they're quite reserved, they're quite quiet, they dress in a certain way, they're quite covered up, not really confident in themselves. But by the time you get sort of towards the end of the program, they start dressing a little bit differently, they'll invest in a pair of trainers, they'll sort of feel more sporty, they'll be trying out more things, they'll be more, willing to try something that they haven't tried before. And I absolutely love that journey that we see. And I'm sure that it's not just in women, and I'm sure it's the same for the male participants as well. But isn't it lovely, Mez, just to see how people evolve over those 12 weeks with the program?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, when you shared your example of being a participant on Healthy Goals is basically that, seeing your journey from week 1 to week 12 and the changes you'd made was absolutely fantastic to see.
Yeah, brilliant. And what do you think, Aura, in terms of sort of women, that might be listening today and thinking about, I don't know if I can do it. Oh, it sounds a bit much. It's 12 weeks. Or what am I going to do with the kids? What's going to happen? What advice would you give to somebody who's just thinking about, I need this in my life, but how am I going to make it happen?
Wow. The advice I can give the ladies or whoever wants to come and find out what Healthy Goals is about. Just make the first step. Sometimes that's the most difficult. Just put your trainers, put your shoes, whatever you got, and come and sit down and listen to the session for 1 hour. If it's not for you, that's fine. But just come and see what it's all about. And sometimes you don't even, if you're not ready yet, you don't have to do the physical activity part. You do it at your own pace. But come and find out a little bit more about the educational side. Is important information that everybody needs to know. It's plain, it's simple, it's not rocket science. It's easy to understand, but also help you to see how you can empower yourself. How can you feel, okay, I got this. This is something that also I can do for myself without necessarily feeling helpless. So nowadays, we always want somebody to kind of tell us, okay, we can make healthy lifestyle choices, but we sometimes will give all the powers to others, but we also can share that power and have that domino effect for us and for our family, friends and community. So yes, come and find out. I'm sure you'll stay for the 12 weeks, believe me.
Oh, well, anyone who's ever started the program, I don't think they've left the program, have they? They've come on the first day and then they've stayed for the 12 weeks. But what I wanted to just take out of that, I think the two main points that stuck out for me were, one is come as you are. There's no expectation. Just come. If you don't know anything about, healthy lifestyle, it's fine. If you know a little bit and you want to know a bit more, that's fine too. If you think you know enough about a healthy lifestyle, but you just want that companionship and you want a group to be, supportive to you and to be on that journey with you, then come along as well, because you could also help and teach other people about what you're doing. And especially that discussion part of the Healthy Goals program, I realized that other people were doing things, and when they were sharing, you're thinking, oh yeah, actually, I think I could do that. So it's so important. So don't think, I've got nothing to bring, or don't think, oh, I've done, similar things before, so I don't think I need this. Absolutely, I believe everybody needs the Healthy Goals program in their life. Just one as a reminder, as a reset, just to say, what, this is where we're at, this is what we need to do. And absolutely, as I've got older, I think I've been more health conscious as the doctors start, calling you in, more blood tests, start checking your weight, start thinking about, other, illnesses or conditions that your family members may have. If you're susceptible to some of those, you need to really be thinking about how can I change it now? So rather than be on medication and be at that stage where it's too late, can we start thinking about it before? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to Mez, and I'd like to, we've talked a lot about the Healthy Goals program, which is absolutely amazing. And I think I could talk about Healthy Goals all day because I absolutely love the program, but also love that you guys are the ones that are leading it. But what I'd like to say is, tell us a little bit about other things that people say. If Healthy Goals doesn't really sound like somebody, you know, really wants to get into that right now, or thinks I haven't got a commitment of 12 weeks, so I don't want to commit to something I know I can't do, what else can they get involved in?
So we've got a range of different health programs at Leicester City in the community, ranging from just social football sessions, walking groups, running groups, and if anyone's interested in those, they can get in touch with me, again, on my email. A couple of programs that I do want to speak about that we run quite regularly is, one of them is our Weight Loss League, which is an open 30-plus football session. It's a football league where weight loss is the goal. So participants will come in on a weekly basis. They're split into teams. They'll get weighed in each week and then play in a league fixture. Results are determined on their weight loss goals, added on to their on-pitch scores, and they get put into a league table like that. So lots of facilitation, again, around discussions, around leading healthier lifestyles and losing weight at the same time. So that session is open to anyone who's 30 plus with a BMI of over 27.5.
Okay.
So we run that on a Monday evening at Riverside Football Ground. And again, if you want more details or want to join the program, feel free to get in touch with me. The second event that I want to speak about and is the United Leicester Charity Walk we're doing. So we're doing that on Friday the 14th of April, and we're doing it to raise funds for the Lord Mayor's chosen charity, which is Sickle Cell Society. So we're going to be walking between all 4 professional sports clubs. So again, if anybody wants to join us on that walk or donate to charity, then please do get in touch with us. At the end of that walk, we will be finishing off at the cricket ground to watch Leicestershire's opening fixture against Derbyshire.
Brilliant. That sounds really exciting. And yeah, absolutely. We need to support local charities as well. And people are doing really good work. And if we can be a part of that, and I know that we as Leicester City and the community do look for opportunities where we can support organisations like that. And we absolutely want to support the Lord Mayor. And if you haven't met him already, you need to meet him because, you know, the Lord Mayor, he's cool. You know, we've met Lord Mayor George Cole a few times, and I absolutely love his vibe and absolutely love what he's all about. So, you know, do come down, and if you can do it, can you just remind us what time that is on the Friday?
So the walk will start at the King Power Stadium at 12 o'clock. You can arrive from 11:30. If you do want to participate, you just need to fill out a quick registration form. So if you just drop me an email, I can send that over to you.
Brilliant. Yeah. So again, you know, what we'll do is we'll share the details with Ramadan Radio as well. I'll have them on my socials as well. So please do check so we can share the link, and we'll pass around the poster for that event. Do get yourself signed up and be part of that. So it'll be really good. Do the charity walk, and then obviously at the end you get to watch the cricket as well. So, you know, it sounds really, really exciting day. Hopefully I'm going to be there, so I'll see some of you. So anything else you can tell us about? So we've got the we've talked about Healthy Goals a lot. We've talked about your other programs. We've got this charity walk. What else can you offer?
So like I said, we've got social football sessions that happen on a sort of on a weekly basis. Again, participants can just turn up and play. Nice, relaxed football sessions. Again, another way to increase your physical activity. So a big thing around that is for a lot of people, going to the gym or going outside, going for a run, etc., might not be their way of increasing physical activity. If you can find something that you enjoy, and obviously, you know, a lot of people do enjoy playing football, where they have done in the past or still do. It's a way that you can keep up a regular physical activity session. For those who can't, for injuries or health conditions, can't do normal football, we do have our walking football sessions as well. So we have 3 walking football sessions that take place within Leicester, and again, they're basically everything the same with football. However, you are walking, and after those sessions as well, the group do meet up afterwards to have a drink and a social chat as well. So targeting both physical and mental well-being, but as well as that social side of it as well.
That's really good. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. And again, if you want to get in touch and you want to find out more, do check Ramadan Radio's socials. We'll share it on there. I'll share it on mine as well, but also get in touch by email as well if you'd like to get in touch. Active Women, Aura, I'm going to come to you. So we do quite a lot, don't we, with Active Women? I know our program's slightly different in the month of Ramadan. We've changed things slightly. But tell us a little bit about the kind of things that we're offering with Active Women.
Right, Active Women, we aim to be socially active before being physically active. So we do love socials. So we get together, we discuss with the women what they would like to see in the community, what changes they like. It's basically a holistic approach. We do a lot of empowering sessions. We bring speakers. We talk about, for example, we have a speaker talking about the menopause and things that are important to us, to women, and topics that women are concerned about it. So we get socially active. We get the women to come and join some of our sessions, wherever fits the lifestyle and the preferences. We have fitness sessions, so they could come and work out a little bit. We use just body weight, nothing too technical, nothing that is too scary. And we offer a lot of variation for women who just want to take a little bit more easier, or and just new to exercise. That is quite popular, that one. We're starting with a few women, and then they bring the friends, and it grows quite big. So I think we're going to need bigger hall, Rukhsana.
Yes, yeah. I've noticed that with some of our programs now, we're getting to sort of 25 and 30 participants turning up, and some of the venues that we use are getting a little bit too small for us. So yeah, absolutely. I think word of mouth has been a huge thing, and I think with most Leicester City in the community projects, it is word of mouth that gets us out there. It's what we offer, it's our values that we bring to it, it's how we're offering it. We definitely have this idea, ethos of come as you are. We don't have high expectations of people when they come. What we want is we want to meet you where you are. What is it that you need from us? How can we help you and support you to become healthier and to enjoy what you do? This isn't about torture. This isn't about making you do something or physical exercise that you don't enjoy. I often have conversations with women mainly about how they were forced to, in PE lessons, to do things they absolutely didn't enjoy, and that really put them off any kind of physical activity or sport. So how do we bring that love back in for sport and even football, because a lot of women didn't get opportunities to do football when they were at school, and if they did later in life, they didn't feel that it was for them. They didn't feel included. So we're trying to offer an inclusive space, open to everyone. We'd like you to come. We think we have now a program that is open because we do things for children as well. So it's literally going from like age 5 up until 100 plus. So it's open to everyone. We want you to come and join us. We want you to find out more, and hopefully through some of these programs that we're doing on the radio and through word of mouth, you'll hear about us and you'll hopefully come and join us. We've just got a couple of minutes left, so for you to, I'm just going to tell you to think about one tip that we could give to our listeners out there of a change of lifestyle. So something they could do daily, that could be something they would introduce from today and that they could take forward and hopefully do forever. So something really simple, really easy. I'm going to give out the phone numbers again, just in case somebody wants to drop us a last minute message while you guys have a chance to think about your answer. Look, I'm so kind to you, aren't I? So the number, again, we haven't had any calls, but if anybody wants to call us in the last couple of minutes, the number is 0116 4822 086. Or if you want to text, send us a WhatsApp. It's 0774 8855 055. So yeah, you can just message us. We're only here for a couple of minutes more now, but we will be back next week again at 11 o'clock. So I'm going to come to you, Mez. So one tip for us that we can do daily that will help us to be that little bit healthier.
So for me, it's just becoming a little bit more active, and that's however you choose to do it. A simple way to do it is just try to increase the number of steps you take each day. So from the day before, try to take a few more steps the next day, the following day, go from there.
Brilliant. That sounds easy enough. Yeah, so just a few extra steps. So like we said earlier, didn't we? Park your car that little bit further, walk to the shops instead of taking your car to the shop, or think about your trip overall for that day. Can you plan it where you might do that little bit of extra walking in between what you're trying to do for that day? So yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Mez. I'm coming to you, Aura. What's your advice?
Yes, my advice would be every time you have the opportunity to eat, it's a chance for you to nurture your body, to give yourself self-care and self-love. Mm-hmm. That food that we eat is what keeps this amazing machine that we call a body running smoothly. So if we put the wrong fuel, it's going to break down eventually. So just have a little think about, every time I have a chance to eat, what nourishment what good stuff I'm gonna give to my body.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
Self-love.
Oh no, that's brilliant. I think I don't know if we could have given any better advice than those two things, but that's absolutely right, isn't it? We often don't think about what we put in our mouth, and we've usually eaten it, and later we feel the effects of it, and we think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have had that extra packet of crisps, or maybe I shouldn't have eaten that donut because it was just a sugar rush. Maybe I should have prepared my meal and not just skipped lunch. And then you're really hungry at dinner time and you end up eating too much, which is really late at night. So absolutely think about what we're eating, think about what we're preparing, and absolutely if you prepare in advance, I definitely think that's a really good way of being prepared. So we are coming to the end of the show. We've literally got a few seconds left. Listen in next week again, Monday, 11 till 12.